feel like I should open my drink before I can always edit it out. But do I ever edit in these Let's Plays? No, I do not. Anyway, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Assassin's Creed 2. The last time we met in Assassin's Creed 2, we just arrived to Monteriggioni. You know, we learned about our legacy actually, where our family is from the Brotherhood of Assassins, but our Uncle Mario is not really happy with the fact that we don't want to be an assassin because we just don't want anything to do with it, and Ezio is just being the most logical character out of all of the game. Um, but at the same time, 90% of the franchise would not happen without Ezio. Yeah, I think 90% is a pretty good. I mean, then again, then by that technicality, 90% of what happens in Assassin's Creed wouldn't happen without Altair, so yeah. And I feel like I'm like the one person in the universe that thinks I used to actually not really like Ezio. But now he's like one of my favorite protagonists in the series. Um I think he's like he's in my top 3. But like all of my friends told me that Ezio was their favorite and stuff like that, and I was like, I've been partial to him. Like, he's good. He was a great character. I just didn't really appreciate him, I guess. Then again, I kind of was a little skippy with the Assassin's Creed series. I was very, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. So, I think I'm looking for those stats. I'm sort of. This isn't post commentary. This is kind of me just going on instinct for a second here. So, I think I'm trying. I think I know what my mind is trying to tell me to do. I'm also just trying to talk before I go into story. Oh, I haven't used any medicine, really. Huh. Um, do I have enough for... Damn it. I don't need weapons. Honestly, I don't find myself buying weapons that much unless I'm filling up the collection. Because later on in the game, I will be buying shit that I don't need. Mainly because I just want to get rid of money, and you'll actually get renovate. Oh, I hear something. There's something above us. But like, I kind of skipped around the Assassin's Creed series. Like, I played Assassin's Creed I played Assassin's Creed 3 as my first full Assassin's Creed, and then I went back. No, wait, was it 3? What did I say? I think I always change up what I say sometimes, I swear. I'm pretty sure it was 3. At least the first one I completed. Um, and then I went back to Assassin's Creed 1. I did not like it that much, mainly because of just how, archaic it is. So I need Neptune and Pluto for that one. Not the dog. Oh, I have this step. Oh, cool. So I guess I do show off what happens. So, yeah, I got... Oh, that means I can get one of the armor pieces, but I'm going to save that, and so I can get both of them at the same time. But, like, then I played Assassin's Creed 2. I skipped Brotherhood and Revelations because I legitimately thought they were spin-off titles. I didn't know that they were actual, like, canon entries. I thought they were not canon, so that was because I'm a dipshit. Then I went to I think I got Assassin's Creeded out by the time Assassin's Creed 4 came around, and I just didn't play it. Then again, I'm not much for I actually used to not like Assassin's Creed 4. I used to think it was overrated too. Like, I used to hate it. Now I think it's great, actually. I think it's great. I think it's a great game. I just still have a few problems with it here and there. Like, mainly, I'm not actually a big fan of the ship mechanics. But other than that, it's fine.
Ezio, look at her. I still can't get her to talk. She spends all day and night in front of those feathers Petruchio used to collect. She can't let them go. I don't know what to do.
Don't worry. She'll come back to us. I know it.
So, that's actually their way of introducing the side quest. So that's actually a side quest for the game. Throughout the game, if you pick up all 100 feathers and put them in this box, like so. Oh, so I only have one, but once you collect 100 feathers, you actually get the Auditore cape, which makes you notorious in every city. I guess I should... I don't know. I don't want to do the feathers because it takes a lot of time up. Then again, I've only 100%ed Assassin's Creed 2 one time in my entire life, and I unfortunately lost that save file, so I don't have it anymore. And when I say 100%, I did all the main side quests and stuff like that. I don't think I have, like, every weapon in the game or every achievement. Like, I don't think I have the achievement for, what was it, hiding... Like, I don't remember, like, it was something like hiding 5 bodies in haystacks, even though it should be pretty easy to do. I'm just too lazy to do it. Like, I don't have a lot of achievements like that, but I do... Alright, whatever. Alright, so, let's take a horse. Which way am I going? That way. So now we're going to follow Mario to wherever he's going, because apparently he's going to attack, I think it's the Pazzi. Yep, so we're going to Tuscany. Honestly, I might go for the feathers if enough people, if someone bothers me for it. Yeah, go around them, Ezio. Alright, I'll just cut to this field. Well, let's get this viewpoint first. You know, give myself a bit of an advantage. Oh, and I am going to apologize ahead of time for any graphical pop-in. I have noticed it. I just haven't said anything about it, mainly because I don't care. Yeah, it is kind of bothersome. Like, it does kind of bother me a little bit that it happens. But at the same time, it's just not a big deal to me. I think I'm like the one person in the universe who's never really a stickler for graphics. Unless the game is truly terrible. And, like, I just can't find any reason to like it other than the graphics. Like, I mean, I don't like it when people base their entire game, like, their entire praise for a game based on how the graphics look. Because it's just like, you're not playing it for the actual gameplay, you're just playing it because it looks nice. You're complaining about how it controls and stuff like that, but it looks good.
Troubles you because of me. Vieri troubles us because he's a Templar, and we are assassins.
Either way, I wish to help.
Va bene. Then listen close. First, we must find a way inside the city, though it seems Vieri expects us. He has sealed the gates and sent his men to guard them. Fortunately for us, the city is larger than his host. The southern gate suffers for it, so this is where we'll strike. Pronti?
So, we're going to assassinate Vieri de Pazzi. Yep, that is the first thing we... Oh, fuck, I forgot to set the timer. I keep fucking doing that. I'll set it after this part. I guess I could set it now when I'm not... While I'm running like an idiot. Oh, I'm just running. Come on, phone. Recognize my face. By the way, I got a new phone. I actually got a new phone over the past few months.
Alright, Ezio. Here's how it is going to work. My men and I will distract the guards.
What's funny is I set my phone up to set the timer, but I didn't actually... Yeah, whatever. I have a stopwatch on me so I can look at the time and make sure I don't go over like 30 minutes or 20 minutes. Alright, so now we have throwing knives. which behave exactly like the first game. Shit, I think we can do that. So you can stand at a distance and throw knives. Great for stealth, unless you suck at aiming. This time around, though, I actually feel like I use the knives pretty often. They're pretty easy to refill. You can get them at your stores. Get closer. I think I can get there. I don't think it's possible to take too long in that section, but I wouldn't risk it. Yeah. There's apparently a guard here.
Well done, Ezio. We're in.
Why am I blending with them? Where is he going?
I want you to distract those guards and keep them from raising the alarm. Hopefully it will buy me enough time to find and silence Vieri.
Va bene.
Wait, Nipote. Take a few of my men with you, just to be safe.
So now we're learning about the next faction you can hire, mercenaries, which basically cause trouble.
How else to explain all the patrols? Signal again when you should follow.
So basically, if you signal them, they'll start a fight with a group of guards, and basically they act like allies that you can lose. So if they die, it doesn't really matter, but you still don't want them to die because they're really beneficial. You know, they aren't good at combat, mind you. Like, it does take them a second. I mean, then again, I'm not great either, but. Oh yeah, you can grab your enemies and then slice their throat like that.
Pumpkins, it would seem. I may be a bit disorganized.
We only have the one, so I don't.
Sei morto.
It is a pity that we do not have the double hidden blades yet, because that would have been a double kill. And plus, if I positioned myself just right.
Come on.
These are agile. Yeah, there's also actually different flavors of guards. Those guys right there, those are the agile guards. So basically, if you try to run away, they can catch up with you if you stay too straight in a straight line for too long. What happened to this guy?
Ezio, your uncle's under attack and needs help. Go to him.
Ah, Nipote. There you are. It seems my plan is in something of a snap. Vieri's men ambushed us, and now we've got our hands full. My brothers and I will deal with these guys. I want you to go on ahead and root out that snake. See that justice is served.
Alright, so we're gonna find Vieri, put an end to his life. I could kill these guards, but I'm not going to. Except that guy. Unlike Assassin's Creed 1, I mean, then again, you didn't really get anything for fighting in Assassin's Creed 1. Honestly, it's really easy to escape combat in this game. Like in Assassin's Creed 1, it was really hard to escape combat because of just how the climbing worked and how inconsistent it was. in Assassin's Creed 2, I feel like it's much easier to get a grip and be able to run around and get away from enemies. Oh, there's a feather up there. Is this a viewpoint? Oh, yeah, that is true. I guess I should... Hold on. Vieri, this can wait. This honestly can wait, and plus there's a feather up. Okay. I could climb down for that. I'm gonna get this first, though. Oh, is this not a viewpoint? Oh, I thought it was. Oh, there's... Oh, I guess another indication that it wasn't a viewpoint was if there were eagles around it. Well, I got a feather, so that's fine. There we go. Oh, there's Darth Sidious again.
It's settled. Vieri, you will remain here to coordinate the mercenary. Francesco will organize our forces in the city and send word when it's time to strike. Jacopo, your job is to calm the citizens once the deed is done.
What of that ubriacone Mario? He continues to harass my forces, and I fear he'll discover what we intend.
He's always been trouble. Just like that bastardo brother of his.
Then let me reunite them, father.
There will be
Oh, it's his kid.
plenty
Yeah,
of
I
time to
forgot about
clean
that.
up the feud when we're finished. Now, is there anything else? Muy bien. May the Father of Understanding guide you.
May the Father of Understanding guide you.
Comandante! Comandante!
What?
Mario Auditore has invaded the city. He comes for you.
Then let's not keep him waiting.
Right now, all I'm hearing from... all I'm hearing is Spider-Man right now, in all out honesty. Alright, so it's time to assassinate Vieri de Pazzi. Where is he? Oh, he's up there. Oh, fuck. No one saw that. No one saw me anyway. One thing I'm really happy about with Assassin's Creed 2 is it does a really good job of varying up the combat a little bit. Yeah, I know I am mashing the square button again, but at least it's better than back in Assassin's Creed in the first game where I literally was just standing here like this and waiting for the enemies to attack me. Like that, because that was just a guaranteed kill. Who wants to go first? Just kick him in the dick. Oh, by the way, I was actually watching the video after editing. Oh, that. Okay. I wanted to do a little bit more of a climatic finish for that, but whatever.
What are you and your allies planning? Is this what my father discovered. Is this why he was killed?
I'm sorry. Were you hoping for a confession?
Pezzo di merda! Vorrei solo che avessi sofferto di più! Hai avuto la fine che meritavi! Spero che
Enough, Ezio! Show some respect.
Respect? After all that's happened, do you think he would have shown either of us such kindness?
You are not Vieri. Do not become him. Che la morte ti dia le pace che cercavi. Requiesca in pace. Take this. Read it when you have the time. Our work here is finished. Let us return to the Vieri.
Anyway, what was I saying? I was actually watching the video, the last video of last session, and they mentioned was Giovanni, Federico, and Petruchio properly buried, and I ended up jokingly saying I don't know. That is actually when I remembered, I believe it's Assassin's Creed Brotherhood has a Christina DLC campaign where it shows a little bit of in-between scenes for Assassin's Creed 2. Like, I think it shows some context of, like, why Christina and Ezio fell for each other in the first place. So basically, I can sum it up real quick. Vieri was just kind of being really creepy to Christina, and Ezio basically started a fight and beat him. No, sorry. I could have just said Phil. And Christina ended up falling in love with him. What's funny is actually Ezio was rejected by her at first. But later on in the but after the execution of Ezio's family, of Ezio's brothers and father, it turned out that Christina actually helped Ezio give them a proper burial, which is why Ezio actually said yes, even though we didn't see that. Because if you remember correctly, there was actually a weird cut. Oh yeah, right, I gotta do that. I'll do that later. I'll have to do that off camera or something. What was I saying? So there was a weird cut after the death of all of Ezio's family. That was because that was what that was. That's actually pretty clever. What was the other thing? And then later on we're gonna see that Ezio is actively trying to keep Christina out of his life because he's dangerous.
Oh, hey, Ezio! I see you've wasted no time starting the celebration.
And why not? You've done us a great service, Nipote. With Vieri dead, La Toscana will grow quiet once more. Do you know what that means?
Basta lavorare.
Si passa tutto il giorno a bere.
E a puttane. What? It's true.
Come, Ezio, walk with me.
Yes, uncle.
Alright, so now we're actually going to learn about the villa a little bit.
To another Spaniard.
He is Rodrigo Borgia, one of the most powerful men in all of Europe, and leader of the Templar Order.
At least in Italy.
Makes him responsible for the murder of my father and brothers.
Yes, and he will kill you too, given the chance.
Then I must stand against him if I wish to be free. But not until every other Templar has fallen to my blade. Father's list will guide me.
Where will you go next?
Firenze. Francesco de Pazzi will share the fate of his son.
A sensible next step. No doubt he intends evil for the city. All right, that's enough grim talk for one night. I'll be in my study if you need me.
But like,
So
I
read
think
the letter my uncle gave me.
Messer Francesco, I have done as requested and spoken with your son. I agree with your assessment, though only in part. Yes, Vieri is brash and prone to act with.
Well, like, in Brotherhood, I think it's in Brotherhood anyway. I mean, it would make sense that the DLC was in this game, but I don't remember seeing it in this game. I remember seeing it more in Brotherhood, because I think the follow-up is more in Brotherhood. But spoiler alert: Christina dies, because during one of the DLC sequences, Firenze ends up under attack, and
these outbursts of his are a result of insecurities born
but we see that Christina is actually in the crossfire and unfortunately dies. Ezio has a hard time with the lady. He's just saying. He actually does get married at the end of Okay, not he doesn't. Okay, it's not. It doesn't. They don't show the marriage at the end of Revelations, but like, in Assassin's Creed Embers, you see him with I forgot her name from Revelations. The woman that he goes to the temple. He goes to Masyaf with at the end of the game. I forgot her name. I think it's Sophia. I feel like that's wrong, but he goes with her. He's with her when he dies. Spoiler alert: Ezio dies, but not in game. Surprise him. That's not how I appeared.
On the codex pages.
Yes, your father managed to find and translate a few before he...
Here.
This is not your father's work. Someone else has translated it.
Leonardo da Vinci, a friend.
Do you see the way the words cross from one page to the next?
There is something underneath it all. Some kind of map. Where is it supposed to lead?
Your father and I managed to make out bits of a prophecy scrawled across these pages. It was written by an assassin like us, who long ago held a piece of Eden. His name was Altair. He spoke of something powerful.
What MacGuffin? This is like our big MacGuffin of the game. Remember the Chozo artifacts? Well, I gotta get those. Yeah. So throughout the entire game, I'm gonna be having to get codex pages. So I both love and hate this. I both love and hate the codex pages. I like it because it's actually a lot. It's easy to find the codex pages. So codex pages are revealed on the map by looking at viewpoints. Or alternatively, you can wait until the very end of the game where Rebecca and Sean will basically tell you, hey, we're missing something here. And they will tell you, hey, dumbass, go get the codex pages. And the nice thing is, they will reveal all of the codex pages on your map for you. And there's actually a reason for that, in terms of actual in-Animus logic, in terms of actual Ezio's memories. Turns out, I was supposed to get this late now, wasn't I? Turns out Ezio actually finds a map for the codex pages, or he's given it by somebody to him. So yeah, thanks, guys. So we're gonna so now we're just basically learning the tutorial for codex pages, which is just go to the codex page, just go look at your minimap, go to the place it's at, which in this case is right here, and they're usually placed in like this, so that's how you know you got the right thing. And then it tells you codex page acquired, so just keep looking for so yeah. Yeah, and by the way, they're also like glorified heart pieces from The Legend of Zelda. If you collect enough of them, you'll actually increase a health point. So, that's actually another reason to get codex pages. They actually have a lot of incentive for getting codex pages, which, honestly, I like. I think codex pages also, increases your revenue to Monster Johnny. I might be wrong, though. So, yeah, if you ever find I mean, they really give you some reasons to find codex pages. I don't understand how finding codex pages, whatchamacallit, increases your Ezio's health, but I'm not going to question it. But there are some codex pages that you get via the story, which is usually just by assassinating one of the major Templars. And once you get it, that's actually one of the That's actually one of the few blade upgrades for Ezio, or physical upgrades in general. Because I think Ezio has a series of, first we got the hidden blade, and then I think this next one we're gonna get is the double hidden blade. Which I don't understand why they need a codex page for that. I mean, I'm pretty sure Leonardo da Vinci could just literally go, and, like, just make another one. I mean, is it hard? I'm just looking at the logic here. Is it hard to do 2 hidden blades on different wrists? Oh, there's another statue. I can grab that, I guess. Who is this? Venus. Where's the other codex page? Oh, it's out there. Oh, fuck me, I gotta go. I thought they'd all be in... Okay, hold on, let me see if any of these statues... Because if any of these statues say, my circle button, say for me to press the circle button, then that means I can put a statue on there. Oh, it's the other one then. That means I get another 2,000 florins. Is it 2,000? Yeah. I think it's 2,000 for all of them. I think Mario would say something about that. He's like, what the fuck, dude? My money. Alright, so I gotta leave, I gotta leave the villa for a sec. Oh, actually, I was also watching the parts again, for editing purposes. And I kind of noticed one detail that just kind of really stuck out to me. So, when we're playing the game as Ezio before he gets the assassin robes, he actually has the same exact animations as Desmond. Like, no lie. Like, I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same. Which would make sense, honestly. You know, save what you got. But, like, it was just kind of noticeable to me. I was just like, huh, he runs a lot like Desmond. It would make sense because, you know, ancestry. But, like, I just kind of noticed it. How far out is it? No, it's just... I should just take the fucking horse. I'll huff it out. Oh, shit, I should have cut the part a while ago. Alright, let me grab this last codex page, and then I'll cut the part. I should have cut the part right when we got back to the villa. I honestly wasn't paying attention because I was in the middle of a thingy. I was in the middle of a tangent. Oh, luckily they put a horse there for me. Thank you. I don't need it now, though. Okay. So, I'm going to cut the part here. Hold on. Okay. Come on. Come on, game. Tell me I'm done. Okay. So, the next time we meet in Assassin's Creed 2, we'll head back to the villa. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Don't tell me. Is it about... Oh, okay. Oh, we're gonna head back to the villa, show Mario that we got the pages, and then, yeah. So see you guys next time for more Assassin's Creed 2, and take care.